What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk Terra Luna Classic. Let's talk version 1.0.6 and anti-handler burn tags. This stuff is pretty interesting and important if you are holding Terra Luna Classic. This is all about how we develop and build our ecosystem fit for the future. And what all nodes talking about when they talk about dynamic commission. We're going to get all of that in this video. It's going to be a pretty in-depth, action-packed video. So if you like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date with everything going on in Luna Classic as well as the wider cryptocurrency market. And let's just get straight into this because there is a lot to talk about. So here we go. The version 1.0.6 release candidate. Two main changes to what they want to bring out. So the proposal seeks approval for 1.0.6 release candidate to be published as the last in the V1. So the last ever V1 update. The primary focus centered around two new features: anti-handler burn tax split and the burn tax whitelist. Now, the burn tax whitelist, pretty straightforward. It stops the minting along with the anti-handler and ultimately makes wallets specifically set aside to support the burn tax. More importantly, Binance. Let's just be honest. It says it provided a way for Binance to avoid the application of a burn tax when transacting between addresses contained in the list. It is our aim to make the burn tax whitelist manageable via a governance parameter, which will initially be seeded with the Binance wallet addresses. So ultimately it allows Binance to move their significant numbers. If you didn't check that video out about what I think we're going to get for the burn, check it out. It's in the description. Go and have a watch of that and see what you think and comment what you think the amount's going to be. So it says, however, the community can submit parameter change proposals if they should wish to change the content. So a pretty big update. The bigger update, though, is the anti-handler. There's some pretty interesting things within this anti-handler, and it's definitely a good thing for Luna Classic. So we'll get into this. The anti-handler burn tax split says in order to avoid the reminting of manual burns during the seigniorage calculation, we have worked with Demon Monkey to detail a solution where the system will collect the burn tax directly in the anti-handler by alternating the new burn tax feed decorator code and split the burn taxes into two halves. One which will go to the community pool directly and the other which will be sent to the burn wallet as per usual. In conjunction with the change to the reward policy, will result in a burn tax being collected as intended while avoiding the remint of manual burns. Now, what does that mean? So we changed the code, if you remember, on the automatic burns. When people transact, that 0.2% goes straight into the burn wallet. What this is where we see manual burns, where we see big manual burns. The risk here is that it can potentially be reminted as part of the manual burns. It's outside of that code changes. What this will do is if that happens, it will split it, go into the community pool, which allows further development, and then the rest, the other 50%, will go to the burn wallet. So pretty big voting on here. And again, it's important that we kind of walk through it. It says, look, to summarize, we seek to ensure all governance proposals are in place for essential features before the release of version 1.0.6. So they're two big features. They're not on the Terra station yet. They're not within that voting right. These are on Agora forums, so you can come and check these out. But two pretty big points. Now, what have we seen in terms of price? Well, look, the total market saw a bit of a correction today, down to 1.05 trillion. And I guess that isn't a surprise. We saw Bitcoin break back into the 22 range, albeit it has been testing that 23 for quite some time. Luna Classic sitting 18,128. Currently in this channel that we drew, again, a while back now, we saw this massive spike up. We came back into the channel and we continued to holding and staying above the 50-day, and we bounced quite nicely off this 100-day EMA point. So Luna Classic's holding up pretty well. 5.5% is nothing really that crazy when it talks Luna Classic. Now, what else have we seen going on? Well, we had a vote around 0% commission for our validators. All nodes coming in says we've got no on Terra Classic LUNC proposal 11322. Increasing the minimum commission for everyone will make life for a small validator worse. Instead, we will support a proposal with a dynamic minimum commission based on VP while allowing 0% for any validator with VP, which is voting power if you're not sure, less than 1%. So dynamic commission could be something coming pretty soon. I think it's a very interesting point. Allows the kind of democracy part of it, allows the voting power to be split between a number of validators. Ultimately, what does this do? Generate security of the chain. What we don't want to be is a competitiveness on commission. It only ever leads. It's like any other big business. People try and undercut the next person, and ultimately all it's doing is devaluing the chain, devaluating the coin, devaluating the validator. So it's important to think about that. So a couple of important votes right now. Obviously, this one is in Terra Station, so you can go and vote on it. And again, the upcoming 1.0.6 will be a key point to think about and a key point to cast your vote on it. Like you said, if you take a look at the broader crypto market, down 2%, we can see Terra Luna Classic all the way down here at the 51st highest ranked cryptocurrency now. A couple of important points, the $163 million in volume, holding on to a $1 billion market cap. So whenever we see sells, whenever we see, volatility in the market, remember this, it supports the burn mechanism. It supports the Binance burn that we've got coming up, and actually it could certainly help, as we saw over $600 million worth of volume yesterday. But like I said, some pretty big votes coming up, some pretty big proposals that you need to be aware of and make sure that everybody knows about that. Version 1.06, the last one in the V1 series, and then we move on. Don't forget to check part 2 to this video where we're going to be taking a look at the Terra, the layer 1 sprint for this upcoming couple of weeks, and it's pretty interesting. There's some exciting stuff on there, so be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on so you know when that video goes up and goes live. But as ever, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.